At the start of every major regulations change, one team tends to gain the early advantage that they then tend to keep until the next big change in regulations. Red Bull are that team in the current era, and their driver Max Verstappen has highlighted the plight of the rest of the field who are playing catch-up while speaking to Viaplay. I'm your host, Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Max Verstappen suggests rival teams will continue to struggle in 2023. Max started off by highlighting how teams that don't do well after a change in regulations tend to stay that way. When you get it wrong, you really have to reinvent and try again, and you're always behind, and then you have to try and catch up. He then recalled how Red Bull were on the back foot during the era when the previous set of regulations were in effect. You saw that with us, in that it took a few years to challenge Mercedes. One of the objectives of the current regulations is to prevent one team from dominating the sport for years to come. Max spoke about this next. Maybe with these regulations, it is less complex, but you are still on the back foot and you need to catch up. He summed up his words by pointing out how it is a constant pursuit for all the teams to keep improving. While they try to catch up, we're also trying to improve, so that's what we have to try and keep doing, and hopefully show that again in 2023. Fast feed. McLaren's Lando Norris recalled that as soon as he tried karting, he loved it more than motocross. I wasn't bad, but I definitely wasn't good. In my first, 4 years of karting, I won one race. Andrew Chauvelin, trackside engineering director at Mercedes, explained that Lewis Hamilton knew how he wanted to respond to 2021 in 2022. We were unable to give him a car to allow him to play that role. Retired F1 world champion Sebastian Vettel thinks that naturally you do look at other stuff. I don't know yet, is the answer. I always liked, for some reason, rallying, but I can see it's a major challenge. At some point, I need to find a lot of things that will keep me busy, because I'm a busy mind. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has always been a fan of Adrian Newey and his cars, going way back to the late 1980s. Adrian was the very best that's ever been in Formula One. Ferrari's Carlos Sainz explained that he was a lot happier with the car in 2022. I've been a lot more on the pace, but unfortunately, a lot of DNFs, a lot of reliability issues along the way. I'll make sure next year we are back to being the consistent Carlos and get good results. Retired F1 world champion Mika Hakkinen feels that a street circuit gives more challenges for the teams and the drivers. But you know, drivers, we are paid to take these challenges and bring a great show for the fans. Go flat out. Will any of the teams be able to catch up to Red Bull this year? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula One.